and welcome to another Hello, and welcome
Try-
to another episode of the playonultra podcast. This is episode 170.
Woo.
Woohoo!
Wait.
So yes, it's been a month. I think.
Yeah, I think so.
It's been a while.
About yeah,
Hmm.
crazy
How are you
things have
guys-
happened.
How are you guys coping with the whole?
It's been a little rough on my end, but that's because I work in outpatient therapy, healthcare, and so the problem is that like we have to work, but they didn't want us in the building, and they kept changing what we were supposed to do. So like last week, throughout the week, we were basically warned that, we were going to have very strict rules about what would be in the building. Then we were told like Friday night that we were all going to be, we usually have cubicles and then go to treatment rooms, but we were told we're going to be in like singular treatment rooms and not meet up with anybody else, like face to face, except for our clients. And then Monday night, they tell us, okay, we're going to do teletherapy. So this week has been getting 50 clients onto teletherapy, and it was pretty stressful. So that's been an interesting process. But yeah, otherwise, I've just been very lazy, to be honest with you. The problem is that because my work this week has been me just like sitting at the computer at our office like for 8 hours and not really getting up very much.
Yep.
It's kind of rough, but I think unfortunately it's just kind of that my work is not the way that we have our work set up. It's not meant to be done at home, so it's really awkward. But otherwise, I'm trying.
I need to make mindful. I just need to be mindful, like be conscious about getting up and like just stretching.
Mm-hmm.
It's affecting me real hard.
Same. It's been really bad.
Just being in the office with a bunch of people really helps.
I know, and I think that's the problem. Like, and I think what's hard too is my fiance and I, we have a computer room. She's got a recording station. I have a recording station. But because of the nature of our work, we cannot be in the same room. Mine because of confidentiality, and hers because there can be no background noise. So we have to be in separate rooms. And so it's very... it's not fun, but we do still kind of hear each other through the wall sometimes. So it's like, okay, there's somebody else here, but...
Do you have anything that's like saved locally or like local servers, or can you access everything from home?
Yeah, VPN pretty much gets me everything I need.
Oh, that's nice.
I basically work on my desktop through my laptop. So there's nothing I can't do, but I'm definitely less adroit at a Mac than I am at a like Ubuntu desktop interface. So I'm a little slower, but I can do everything technically.
That's good.
Yeah, it sucks for my coworkers though, because this might be too much detail for like my work, but a long time ago, we made a decision to hire cheaper contractors who didn't know how to program. So we had a team develop this GUI for them. It's really hard to work with remotely? GUIs. Because I just use like a command line to just write all my code, but they can't they have to use special no machine type stuff to forward the GUI back and forth, and it lags and it doesn't work sometimes. And just this was always a bad decision. We should have just hired, more skilled people.
So you guys created an in-house graphical user interface.
We did for this.
That's
very
the worst
specific
thing to do.
I don't know.
I feel like most of the time, graphical user interface, if it's not meant for paying customers, tends to be quite shit.
This is okay. The problem, I mean, it's okay for what it is. It's just. The downsides far outweigh the benefits to me, and we lose contractors because they're I've spent 3 months learning how to use this GUI that only you people use, and it's not a transferable skill. There's no it disincentivizes them to keep working for us. So it's just there's a lot of crap going on. I'm literally the only person on my team who doesn't use it though, and so I'm like a pariah. Oh, he's not using the new thing. But it's better. Everything I do is better than what you do.
Yeah, if it's not necessary, you know how to do it without it. I don't know. I'm not a programmer, so I can't say, but
it's hard to describe without going into really specific details.
And
yeah, for sure.
And companies tend to be we spend money and resources on making this, please use it.
Yes. At this point, there's a huge sunk cost fallacy where I think it's impossible to prove to anybody that it's not good.
So yes, this Corona updates. I guess it's not gonna end. This whole show is gonna be about Corona.
I know. Well, what else, right? And one thing I do feel bad about is I probably haven't taken as much advantage of the free time as I should have, mainly because I didn't really know what was going on. Like I said, last weekend, if we had our show last Friday, I would have told you, yep, I got to go back to work at the office on Monday, because that's what I thought. And so it was really weird on, like, Sunday afternoon, like late afternoon, we were told Monday's closed, don't come in, cancel your clients. So I have to call all these people and cancel and tell them I don't know what's going on,
because the Malaysian government just straight up told everybody don't fucking go anywhere until March 31st.
Yeah,
so all essential services, including supermarkets and grocery stores, are open, but that's all that can be open. And police are literally going around and stopping people from like congregating at food courts, and because there are still those people.
Yeah, of course.
So basically the police are like, we told you to just chill out for like 2 weeks, and the people that are going out to do all these stupid ass things are the old people, because of course
why
they're the most entitled,
I guess. I don't know.
They just have a fuck it attitude, kind of,
I guess that's crazy.
But they're one of the risk groups, so high
exactly
risk groups. Yeah.
It's higher at risk, yeah. I don't know about California. Michigan's been interesting. Everyone's right now kind of mad because nobody likes our governor, even though honestly she's actually been pretty great for the most part. But it's mostly it's mostly a political thing. She's a Democrat, so you're gonna get those people.
I know a lot of people will be like, "Oh my God, you don't have freedoms," but sometimes you just gotta force people to not do stupid things before it gets worse.
Yeah, and it's actually kind of what happened was she kind of did a shutdown of Michigan, not as extreme, but pretty much did say, like, you guys, like, don't come out. And she did it, I think, a little earlier than people thought she should have, but actually, no, she did it right on time. It's just that in Michigan, it wasn't well documented how many cases we had at the time, because it was, like, literally 3, and then it grew over the hundreds, in a matter of days. That's what
happens when it's a virus.
Exactly, because... Yep, because I remember, like, when school, because our school started to shut down quick, and it was kind of without warning, unfortunately, and so a lot of people got pissed, and then the things came out, and everyone, so it was just one of those things where she probably was about as fast as she needed to be. It's just that people were kind of slow on the uptake. Over here, I would say for the main issue over here is that the Michigan Education Department has announced that, like, online education for K through 12, basically our pre-college grades, are like not going to count towards education hours or something for students, but they have no way of like they're not gonna forgive hours lost, so we don't know if that means kids are gonna have to come into school over the summer or what that's gonna mean. So there's a lot of pissed off teachers, but that's not the governor's fault for that, so it's just been interesting. But yeah, otherwise we're working from home. Everyone's given the tentative date of like April 5th, but we're all also saying that no, probably not for us at least.
April 5th. So that's like 3 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. But probably not. There's a lot of whisperings that, lots of whisperings from my work, from my fiance's work, and my brother's work that, like, nope, this will probably be for another month. So we'll see.
I don't think I can survive another month.
I know, that's just crazy.
I'm liking it.
I don't mind the idea of working from home. I think, I will have a better idea of, like, next week how it goes. I think what's just really hard was this week I had to make working from home for a job that's not meant to be work from home work. And so that was just really hard. So we'll see how it goes.
My company actually have, like, work from home initiatives even before this. You just get, like, a couple of times a month, just choose whenever you want to work from home. But
yeah,
that's when I can choose it, and it's just like a day or two here and there. It's not a whole fucking week.
Yeah, for sure. I think it definitely depends on the kind of work you do. My brother's doing really, with this kind of work, it is something you can easily do from home. And so he's doing great. He loves not having to come to the office. Me, on the other hand, it's just the work I do, it's just not conducive. I just feel like I'm doing a bad job.
The good thing is, at least we are getting paid to work from home and not like some people
Yes.
getting 0 hours.
Yes.
I heard about a story about I think Marriott, the Marriott hotel group. They were like telling people in the US at least, telling people like don't come in. You're on a 0 hour schedule, so people are trying to apply for unemployment or something. So when they call up Marriott, they can't get it because they're not technically fired. They're just not.
Yep.
I'm like,
Such
what?
BS.
That sounds.
Yeah, I know.
That should be illegal in some way. It feels like.
It should be. It's weird. I'm wondering if was some kind of law procedure or something passed where a lot of people whose jobs were affected, like their lack of income were affected because of the coronavirus, they should be able to get unemployment, but maybe they can't because they're still technically hired. I don't know. That's bullshit though. Yeah. Jeez. But yeah, at least getting paid.
So yeah, have you guys been playing anything, watching anything?
Not as much as I probably should have. However, there's one game I've been playing. I did download the reignited trilogy of Spyro for the Switch. I did do that. Spyro was like my jam growing up. I played 1, 2, and 3 on the PlayStation 2.
One.
PlayStation 1. Okay. Were they all on the PlayStation 1?
Yeah.
I think I may have played them on the PS2, but I don't remember. Anyway,
I
played them all.
I did not grow up playing Spyro.
Okay, I totally did. I always loved Spyro. What's hard though is I'm like still in the first game, and in my opinion, the first game is the least fun, just because it's just the harder one of all of them technically. I think it's the fastest one to get through, but the problem is that it's mostly platform puzzles, and so you can it's the old-fashioned you lose a life whenever you either die or you fall off a ledge kind of thing, and it's really easy. Because you glide to places, and it's really easy to miss jump and then miss the glide and miss the ledge. And so, like, I actually almost gave up playing number 1 because there's just all these stupid ledges I couldn't get to. Because it's sometimes really hard to tell, like, can I jump from here or am I going to die? I can't tell. And stuff like that, which is really, really annoying. So I started number 2, and I was like, I like this game way better. Because the other big difference is you can't swim in Spyro 1, but you totally can in 2 and 3. So a lot of that kind of goes away. You jump, and if you fail, you fall in the water, usually, except for certain levels. So, but yeah, I've been replaying Spyro. It's been quite the nostalgia rush.
Nice. I grew up playing Ratchet & Clank. That was my thing.
Gotcha.
The Jack and Daxter games are on sale.
Yeah, Crash Bandicoot's pretty good too. I've been thinking of buying the Crash Bandicoot one too. I didn't play tons of them, but
I only played racing.
I'm like afraid to play it, not because of like nostalgia purposes and I'll hate it, but like I haven't played it as an adult, and it was so hard as a child. Like it's probably the hardest game of my childhood. Like
That's
I
fair.
don't know that I want to play a hard platforming game.
I
might not even be that hard. I don't know.
I think it's actually kind of how I feel with Spyro. Like, I felt really stupid, actually, because I was like, I know I played this as a kid. Why can I not get this? I had to look up a couple walkthroughs, mostly because I didn't want to keep losing lives. I hate the idea that now, even though, like, when you get down to 0 lives, I don't remember what happens. I think you have to, like, go back to the home world of the other worlds, essentially, and so it's not a big deal, but it's just annoying and just a loss of pride. But yeah, I totally get it. Makes sense.
I was playing The Woods still a little bit, and it does this really terrible thing where as you explore the world, you find like key items, like Zelda-esque items, like, oh, I have this item now, I can do things. Like, specifically, I found a climbing axe. Now I can climb specific surfaces. But if you die, you have to go back to where you find the climbing axe and pick it up again. It's not permanently part of your inventory. And there's like 4 things you have to get to beat the game. And like, if I get 3 things, die, and to get each of those 3 things again, I am probably just going to uninstall the game at that point.
Yeah, that's fair. I have no patience for like return from the start kind of games.
Yep,
like
no patience.
No patience for
Not
it.
anymore.
And I wasn't even like I really didn't play the old password games either, but I couldn't do it. Absolutely not.
Yeah. I started watching a new show called Avenue 5. which is a dumb name because it's not descriptive or memorable. But it's about Hugh Laurie is the captain of like a space cruise, and stuff just starts going wrong.
I saw the first episode.
It's a comedy.
Comedy? Nice.
Yeah,
it's a comedy. It's pretty good. Josh Gad is like the dick CEO on the boat who like owns everything.
Avenue 5?
Yeah, it's a weird name that says nothing about the show. The only reason it's funny. I think what were we watching? Is that on HBO? We were watching some other show. Yeah, we were watching. I think. No, we were watching John Oliver, I think, and the preview came up, and we had been binging on House, and so we were like, Hugh Laurie. I watched the first episode. We weren't like super drawn into it, but how many episodes have you seen?
I have seen at least 8.
How's the trajectory of the story?
It's good. It's almost the drama is stronger than the comedy, I think.
Okay, that's how I felt in the first episode.
So it's a good show. It's definitely not the funniest show, but the important thing is the jokes that don't land don't make you groan. So like that was a joke, good effort. Like I didn't laugh out loud, but it's not like that makes me sick like bad jokes would.
Right? Yeah. That's kind of why we didn't keep going, because we thought it would be more of a comedy. And so after the first episode, it really wasn't. Not to say it was a bad show. I think it just
like wanted more comedy.
Is it sort of like that other sci-fi comedy thing by that guy who created that Family Guy or something?
Future, no.
You know what I'm talking about, right? No. Live action, like Star Trek comedy.
Oh, you're talking about the Orville.
Yes. Is it something like that? I actually quite like the Orville.
I actually don't know.
I'd say this feels more like so the Orville is very episodic in the same way the original Star Trek was episodic, where for the most part things that happen in one episode are very self-contained.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
This show is more seasonal, so like it's very important to watch the episodes in order because like stakes get heightened, relationships develop or don't develop, you learn things about backstory, that sort of stuff.
This came out of nowhere. I did not know this was a thing.
It was, I mean, the commercial for it was super out of nowhere. We were just like, whoa, Hugh Laurie and Josh Gad are in this, what? And so we just had to see the first episode. Like I said, it wasn't bad. We just, it just wasn't our thing at the time. But it sounds like it's a well-made show.
I am enjoying it, and I like it because it's new. But like, realistically, I should be catching up on better shows. Like, I still need to watch season 4 of The Good Place, or just watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine more.
That's fair.
I definitely haven't seen all of that, and that's a funnier show.
I need to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I haven't really watched much of it at all.
Yeah, it definitely feels funnier though, because the only other show I'm watching right now is Picard, which is a better show, but not at all funny.
Not funny at all. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I haven't watched the latest episode of Picard yet.
I'm at least one behind.
I would say first episode still the best, but the previous one was pretty good compared to everything else in the middle. I don't know, it's just...
Which one is the
previous one where...
Is it the one where they go to, like, the foresty planet and they meet people?
The second episode of the foresty planet.
Okay.
Second episode?
I'm pretty sure I've seen
that
it.
That was last week's one. I haven't watched this week's one.
I don't know. There's probably a new episode of Westworld out as well. Westworld episode 1 was very good.
Season 3 now?
Yeah.
I haven't even watched season 2.
Season 2 is kind of a mess, but you would definitely have to watch it.
You can't
skip it. There's no way that would be very confusing to you.
Is it? So you know how like Prison Break season 1 was amazing, and then every other fucking season they just kept going into prisons and like. So is Westworld like? Is it losing its? Like season 1 makes the most sense, and season 2, season 3 may not have needed to exist.
I mean, the only problem I have with season 2 is I didn't love the finale. Like I thought that was the most. I don't know. It's season 1 was very simple, relatively. Season 2 and 3 are really trying to get much deeper into like existentialism and like transcending humanity and all this kind of stuff. and I don't mean that in a bad way. Season 2, just the finale was a little like, what's the word? Metaphorical. I thought, where it's like I'm not sure what I'm really watching right now. But it's that's only the finale. Like the whole rest of it, the build up was really cool. Like the mystery and stuff. I mean, season 1 still has the best reveal. I don't know. Season 3 will be cool. It's definitely a much bigger change. Like it's not following the same formula as much as the first 2 seasons. But it will be hard to follow because it's a lot more like titanic political things are shifting. It's like, oh, what is the ramifications of this decision? I can't calculate it out because it's so hard to keep track of like who's doing what and what powers they have, kind of thing. Yeah, I've been playing Monster Hunter a lot. They just released a new like raid boss in Monster Hunter, so that's like today. So that's going to be my near future. I would be playing Animal Crossing, but fortunately, it's good timing that Monster Hunter came out because Lady Hamner will be playing all the Animal Crossing, and we won't have to fight over it, so that's convenient. I know it has co-op, but I don't know how good it is in terms of like 2 people. Like if you're exploring the town together, I'm sure it's fine. But like if you just want to play together, then it's probably like an annoying leash, like a chain gang kind of thing.
I would think so, right? Because otherwise,
how would they? I would think so too.
I am so tempted to get Animal Crossing. I've never played an Animal Crossing game, and only because of this quarantine,
right,
I'm like, only because I'm like, oh, everyone's saying this one's really good. I feel like the person who's never played Fire Emblem before gets into it with 3 Houses, which is like a really good but big Fire Emblem game, and I'm like, I wonder if it's gonna be like that, and I'll really enjoy it. I don't know. I just don't know. It's just very.
I haven't played it yet, so I don't know if it's how it compares.
I don't know. Lots of people seem to be having fun with it. It's just, I've been kind of looking for a bit of a customization itch in a game. Like replaying Skyrim kind of customization itch, if that makes sense. Choosing what I look like, choosing stuff, choosing who I talk to, that kind of stuff. And I'm wondering if that will satisfy that, or if I'm just going to throw money at something I don't need to throw money at. So I'll have to make a decision.
I bet it would, but I don't know. I mean, it definitely doesn't have RPG elements like.
Yeah, no, I don't need the RPG elements. It's just more of it's just more of like an exploration thing. Like I just want to discover something new. Kind of. I don't know if that makes any sense. Like I don't care about like leveling up and stuff like that. I just kind of want to kind of explore the world kind of thing. I should probably just pick up Breath of the Wild, but for some reason that game just really intimidates me. I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, it is intimidating. I would say Breath of the Wild's probably going to definitely scratch the exploration itch more than Animal Crossing.
Probably.
Yes, I don't know if that'll scratch your. I don't know what if you want more customization. I think Animal Crossing will get it for you. If you want exploration, then Breath of the Wild is probably your better bet.
That's fair. I think also Animal Crossing appeals to me because I hate to say it, it's like easier on the brain a little bit.
Like you can't lose.
Yeah, and I guess that's why. Like, not saying it's easy, but yeah, like you said, you can't really lose the game unless you really suck at farming. Is that the mechanic? I don't know.
I don't. There's no stakes.
It's like you. So I've been playing a lot of No Man's Sky. Oh yeah, I've been playing No Man's Sky.
I know. I've heard. It's crazy. We should look at your past episodes, like 100 episodes ago.
It's fucking amazing.
I have a coworker who's really into it right now.
It's like they made it so insane, the amount of content that's in the fucking game. So obviously it launched completely horribly. And what has it been now? 2.5 years? I
guess, yeah.
It still has some bugs here and there, which one of the bugs really annoyed me. But it wasn't like super game breaking or anything. And it's just really relaxing. Going from planet to planet, just finding resources, discovering new like minerals and plants and fauna to like analyze, and the base building is really fun. I haven't modded the game or anything yet, so I'm playing like just base. I have like at this point in time just one individual starship, like just like a 1-person starship. And apparently you can own up to like 30 or something insane. And you can own a freighter to put all 30 into it. and a freighter is literally like a giant space station ship type thing, and you can have like an armada. I'm like, what the fuck is this game?
Oh my goodness.
Every time I look something up, it goes down a rabbit hole where I have to keep reading about shit. It's insane.
Like Fortress.
And then they recently like updated it with an update called Living Ship, which is quite literal. You can have ships now that are living organisms.
Oh jeez.
It's really cool looking, but it's probably like something that really I have to wait for a while to do like a quest line or something for. It's just there's so much stuff in this game. I don't understand how they fit everything into it. And
you mentioned, sorry.
Yeah, and well, I mentioned what?
You mentioned mods. Is there a strong modding community for No Man's Sky?
So every time I went onto Reddit, people talk about No Man's Sky. I ask like, is this a game that you mod? And they say yes. There's like quite a few mods for it. I'm not sure what kind of mods they have. So for Fallout 4, I modded a lot of base building stuff. So just removing the limits of a base, putting in a bunch of new items. I'm not sure if No Man's Sky has all of that, but I do believe that people have created bases using mods. I'm not too sure. People have created crazy, like they've created a the Star Trek Enterprise ship as a base. That's pretty fucking insane. They've created like insane, and they some of them don't even do it in creative mode, which is what most people would, because it's easier, unlimited resources and shit like that. They play it on like the permadeath mode, and they create crazy bases. Like that makes no sense to me. But yeah, it's just this game is amazing. So it shows that cyberbullying does work, I guess. I don't know. Don't go and do that. It's a
if
joke.
You're mean enough to the devs, they'll deliver. You just have to never relent.
And it's crazy that all these updates are free.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously they had to because of the shitty launch, but they could have released a couple of these at least for as expansions, paid expansions, and people will be okay with it. I think, but only if they didn't screw up the launch that badly. And I can see them actually doing microtransactions too, and people will be okay with it.
Man, that's crazy.
But because they screw up the launch and they can't really do any of this now.
Do you think they're finally making... I mean, obviously their revenue crashed because of the
refunds
launch.
and stuff.
Yeah. Do you feel that they're finally getting any funding back or any of that revenue back at all?
I don't think they would have been able to create so much content and so many expansions free patches if they weren't getting some money back in some way. I think a lot of people are buying it and playing it, and I think not everybody refunded it when they bought it at full price, $60. So I think they do have enough funding, and they actually announced a new game. It's not like a huge space thing or anything. It's just like
that's good. Start
it's
small.
Just two people in the office probably came up with some cute idea. So it's like a puzzle adventure. It looks really nice actually.
Okay.
PC and Switch. I'm not sure if any other consoles getting it.
Okay.
Something about campfire. Like the name of the game is like something campfire. I can't remember what it was.
Interesting. Okay.
But yeah, the base building. Oh my god. I make really shitty bases, but it's super cool. I just love base building for some reason.
That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, and you have like a terraforming gun as well, so you can flatten things out or like create, like a mountain landscape if you want to. It's pretty insane. Like, and I'm playing all this with a controller, and the controls are really nice too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I've only been playing No Man's Sky with a little bit of Destiny 2 here and there, but I'm kind of starting to get tired of it. Because why should I play Destiny 2 when I can play No Man's Sky? Is my thinking right now.
Oh no. Oh my goodness. Words I never thought you'd say.
Yep.
So funny. So funny though.
They've done such a great job.
That's good though.
It's good for the people that stuck with it too.
Yeah, it's true.
Because
as annoying
not
as they were.
everybody hated it. Not everybody hated it. Yeah.
No.
And I was like, just went into this. They have a normal space station and another space station for multiplayer, and I just go in and I see all these people, and like that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is intense.
And I see all the people with better ships than me and get really pissed off.
Is there any
Do you build all your ships, or you just like find pieces? Or
you can find broken ships and fix them, or you can buy ships straight up from merchants, like their own ships, or you can like trade in your ship But trading in has a so you only get to trade in 70% of what your ship is worth, and you top up the rest. Basically, it's amazing. Go play it.
Nice.
It's really pretty too. Like it's a really beautiful looking game. The colors and everything. I'm starting to see like a lot of animals looking basically the same, just maybe extra spikes here and there on different planets. But whatever. So yeah, that's been my couple of weeks. No Man's Sky, pretty much.
All right.
You guys. The one other thing I was playing is the Heroes of Might and Magic series has always been a big favorite of mine. And I even bought a CD drive for my computer just so I could play it. But
can't you get any of the old copies on GOG or something?
They actually are on Steam, but they're like still like over $10 for like a 20-year-old game. Yeah. But they went on sale, so I bought 3 of them for like $2.50 each, and I've been playing them this week. They're okay. I still remember why I like them, but it's definitely I play them similar to the way I play Civilizations, where I don't have this super deep understanding of the mechanics. I just kind of go through these motions, and then because it's on an easy enough difficulty, I win. If I ever lost, I wouldn't know how to like really modify my strategy to do anything different. I understand the tactics. I'm good at tactics. I'm not good at strategy.
How do you differentiate that?
So like the difference I would make is I'm trying like what games have like Fire Emblem, usually a tactics game where you have like units and you move them and they attack, and you have like a kind of rock paper scissors kind of a thing going on. The strategy around that would be like in a Civilizations context, it's like I'm going to specialize on science. So like every turn I make some decisions on what to do that's going to have ramifications like 20 turns down the road, and then because of these strategy decisions, they will eventually impact my tactics with terms of like what units I have available and that sort of thing.
Got it.
So like if I have like 2 archer guys going against like 2 sword guys, however that fight plays out is because of my tactics. But the fact that I have only 2 archer guys and not more or less guys or different kinds of guys, that's a result of my strategy.
Gotcha. Yeah, okay. I'm better at tactics than strategy. I like doing strategy stuff, but it really depends on the game.
Yeah, I like strategy, but it's also really hard to like for me to learn because tactics have such immediate feedback. Like if you make a bad move, like, oh, that's a bad move. But strategy, you're like, is this because of that decision I made like half an hour ago? I don't know.
And you know what? Like it just reminds me of, this is a weird off-topic thing, so I apologize, but it reminds me of part of the reason why I don't really get into a lot of multiplayer games like such as League of Legends, or even a little bit of World of Warcraft, and I'll get into why in a second. And it's because like the strategy, and by that I mean the choices you make for your characters, unfortunately, because we live in a world where so many people are playing and so many people put like advice of what's best, there is like the best choice.
Min-maxing. Very strong meta.
I hate that so much. Like because the problem is that like if I'm not really good at recognizing that, so I go into a game and I'm like, this seems like fun to play, and then I get screamed at all of a sudden 5 seconds later because it's like, why did you do that build?
Meta is not fun. That's why I can't play Destiny 2's raids, because you do have to play the meta, because that shit is difficult and it's a 6-person team and anybody can fuck you up. So like everybody's got to be on point, and I don't want to like ruin other people's games. But the raids are apparently supposed to be really fun and stuff. But you can't even like, they don't even allow you, like looking for group type of people, they don't even allow you to play certain raids with them if you don't have like that one exotic weapon that you're supposed to have.
Exactly.
For example.
Yeah, gosh. The whole meta, like you said, the meta thing, it's why I hate playing with mid-maxers in tabletop games, because they bring me, like, I hate it. I didn't have experience.
To be fair, the content is kind of designed to be played that way.
It can be for sure. It just depends on your kind of people.
For a game to be interesting to me, like, it's a double-edged sword, because it has to have the ability to have a meta. Like, let's say there's no online, if I'm just playing the game, the thoughts I'm going through to, like, optimize my own playstyle are what keep me engaged. So that, like, by virtue of that, like, if it's multiplayer, there's going to be a meta, multiple people make multiple decisions, but I don't like, once the meta's established, then I'm bored and I'm done.
That's fair. I think that's the problem with like, playing Magic sometimes, right? Where
Absolutely.
When you first, like, get the new set comes out, it's exciting, and then the minute it starts going to tournaments, all right. That's an issue I had with playing with friends, because they would have their pulse on the meta. And so I would just try to buck the trend and just go with what I thought was fun. And in some ways, the best compliment I ever got from a Magic player that we had a whole group of friends we used to do some, like, mini Magic tournaments with. The best compliment I ever got from a real, like, pulse on the meta, very intelligent Magic player is he was like, Sarah, I don't like playing against your decks because I can't read them and I don't know what you're going to do with them. Now, it was kind of a backhand insult because it's like my strategy probably made no sense to him, but it was also because he had no idea what I was going to do. Because I didn't play with the meta. So, and that, in some ways, I like doing that. But the problem is that those don't usually win. They're metas for a reason.
Yeah.
So, but I get you.
I mean, it's definitely the case when, like, the deck that wins a tournament only wins a tournament because it's so specialized against the current meta, and if you took it to a different tournament, it wouldn't do well at all.
That is true.
Can you know
not, like, the
all
most
this
common
beforehand?
case.
Do you know?
I'm sorry?
Well, you know what's popular.
Okay.
So you generally the meta is pretty well, like, documented just online between what decks people are doing. So Magic has this interesting system.
Tournament?
Well, so different tournaments have different formats in terms of, like, what
right.
pool of cards you're allowed to assemble your deck from.
Right.
But one thing I like about Magic a lot is the best 2 out of 3 in the sideboard system. Because, like, if I play most any other game, you know, like, you play against your opponent, and whoever wins, whoever loses, loses. But, like, in Magic, like, you play against their deck, and, like, okay, that deck is this kind of deck, my deck is this kind of deck. I have 15 cards that are not part of my deck, and now I can swap any number of them into my deck, and the same number out. And then hopefully that gives my deck the edge to win the next 2 games. And that whole, like, that mind game and pre-planning of, like, analyzing your weaknesses and stuff, I like that part a lot.
For sure, yeah. I'm bad at it, but I totally understand it. It was something that I wish I was good at, because it is kind of fun. It's that like you said, it's kind of that mind game. It's like that, this is such a tiny example, but when you are playing more of a blue deck, and you, and you, like, or not blue deck, sorry, when you're playing against someone with a blue deck, and you know they're gonna have some counter spell cards, and so you play the one card that's pretty good, and then they counter it, and then you play the better one. It's just one of my favorite ploys, because I used to work all the time with my ex, and he hated it. He would fall for it every time. It was great. Anyway, but yeah, I totally get it. It makes sense. And it is really fun. It's just hard. Like, I think I just get too, like, ew, when people kind of like criticize me for choices. I'm like, well, this is just fun. It's like, no, but it's gonna suck, and then you just feel sucky. It's not. It kind of takes the fun out, right?
Absolutely. Magic does a pretty good job of releasing sets frequently enough that the meta doesn't stay stale for too long, and it's win-win for them because the game stays interesting, and
they make a lot of money.
Spend more money. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, there's a reason why Magic's pretty much the only, you know, collectible card game that actually makes sense in the market.
They do paid updates rather than free updates that video games do. Pretty much, that's what they do.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's why. Yeah, I definitely recognize that. That is the price of quality.
But unless
because if it's free, you're not going to get the same thing.
Unless it's a video game equivalent to, like, a CCG, like Hearthstone or whatever, you got to pay for those cards, right?
Yeah,
for the most part.
Yeah.
Generally.
I mean, they can be quite addictive in some ways, and I mean, there has
Magic
been some
is definitely pay to win.
Yes, for
in
sure.
a lot of ways.
Which is a little frustrating, but that's kind of why sometimes it is better. Like, if you're going to be a pro player, yeah, you got to put some money down for your cards. But sometimes that's why if you're not going to, you play with friends, and that's why there's, like, a million different formats, which is what's really nice about it. There's a million different formats to kind of help alleviate the whole pay-to-win, the whole Paupers tournament. Drafting too, exactly, that kind of stuff. So I don't play Magic as much as I used to, mostly because when I broke up with my ex. But it is one of those games that I do appreciate for what it is. But I definitely have had some experience where it was like, all right, this is the meta. Now I'm not having fun anymore because somebody's just exploiting
like the money time sink. I mean, you get it a lot. I'm not saying it's not worthwhile. It's just a big one. And
it is a big
do
one.
Other things.
Dude, it is a big one. I mean, yikes. It's kind of, back when my brother used to play more often, it's kind of crazy how much money he would sink in buying cards. Like, when I was kind of jokingly saying addictive, there are some people that are kind of worried because the idea of getting a pack of cards in some ways is like gambling.
When I worked at the comic shop, we called it cardboard crack.
Yes.
But the thing is, if you watch the good players do not buy booster packs. Like, they don't gamble. They just go online. It's like, I will spend $200 for the 20 cards I need for my deck, or whatever it is.
That's exactly
I'm not gonna...
How much is a pack?
Like $4?
It's up now.
How many cards?
Is it more? It's up to 5?
I think it's up to 5. Yeah, for about 15 cards.
I'm out of touch. I haven't bought a pack in like 10 years.
And you can pretty much spend about
I was actually about to say, I think it's
almost not get the cards you want, right?
To be honest, I think it's almost $7 these days. I'd have to check. Okay. It's been a while, but because my fiance and my brother used to work at a card shop, but that was years ago.
That makes sense. Yeah. Well, because also generally you need 4 copies of a card in your deck, and so if you're going for some ultra or normally rare card, and you buy like a case of booster packs, which is like 36 booster packs, you're probably not going to get the player set that you need.
Exactly. But yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Because that was what a player that we used to play with, that's what he would say. Like, stop buying booster packs, just go online. You're going to save way more money. But there's, like you said, the cardboard crack. There's the idea of, but I'm only going to pay $7 and get this $20 rare, And it's not likely going to happen. But that rush, it's not good. But that's why they make a lot of money.
So, like...
Yeah.
There was a point where everybody was talking about loot boxes and stuff. Then I feel it kind of just died down a little bit.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
what
it
happened?
kind of just go away, didn't it?
When did they start doing that with toys?
They really
toys have always done that, I think.
It's always done that. Because I've never really, I'm not really that into toys. So sometimes I just walk into my local Toys R Us and I just see like there are figurines and eggs and you don't know what the fuck you're gonna get. I'm like, these are for kids, man.
I hate that. I do kind of like opening a random thing. The one thing I don't like that ruins the whole system for me is I don't like duplicates. Like, if I could buy like 5 random like pods
and all
of
5
like a figure
unique.
And guarantee that they're unique, I would do it. Like, I don't care. Like, cause like I was at Disneyland 2 years ago. Like, they did that for pins. Like, here's a box with a random pin in it. It's like, okay, I'll buy 2, and I got the same one. I'm like, oh, this is the worst.
Yeah, it's true.
Actually, Gacha has been doing this for years, I guess. And technically the toys, right?
Yes, exactly. Yep.
It's funny, because actually your issue is exactly why in most conventions I go to, maybe it is Gacha, the Japanese toys that essentially do the same thing, where like you might get not a figurine, but like a keychain or something from, what game or system it's from, but like you don't know which one you're getting. A lot of those dealer stores in conventions, they just go, just open them up. If you don't like it, open another one. They don't care.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Most conventions I go to, they'll just let you open till you find one you like and then you take it.
I don't know where
kind of defeats the purpose.
When I was in Japan, in Taiwan, there's the same kind of thing. I bought like a random Monster Hunter one, and I got an okay Monster Hunter one, but like they were expensive enough I didn't buy more. And then I saw like a store, and the purpose of the store apparently was just to sell opened gachas. So like it was definitely a lot more money than a single gacha. But it's like, okay, here's $8 instead of like the $1, and I will get the Snorlax that I want.
And that was kind of the idea at the dealership, at the dealer store in a convention. It's just like, listen, these are going to sell, because they are of course marked up because they're not from the United States, and they always mark up prices that come from Japan. Exactly. It's convention time, right? But they also know. Yep, which is what, an extra 20% at least. So they want people to get what they want because they know they'll sell it. They know if it's something they don't want, someone else will buy it even if it's open, because people don't really care about that because they don't have enough of those products to have it where people can just buy random ones. You know, they don't have enough of that. So you might as well get what you want, and somebody else will probably get the one you opened, you know? So it's,
I see. Interesting.
Yeah, they go for it.
I know one of my favorite things in the comic shop was when a new set came out, and my job was to open like 2 to 3 boxes of booster packs and just sort and price them all. Like, that's just that. maybe that's why I was able to not, like, you know, get tempted to buy packs, because I got my fix like 3 times a year doing that.
There's I don't even know if it's still open, but we have a cabin in what we call up north in Michigan, but basically it's our summer cabin. We just go there for like a week or 2 in July. My father goes there all summer. But anyway, it's in a small like tourist town in the Upper Peninsula, and they have a gaming store. And they have there's probably some people that play Magic. They have an interesting thing that was really addictive for us, where you could make your own booster box. So you would just say what packs you wanted that were put in a booster box, and then you just got to take it. Yeah. So you didn't have to only have it from one set. So we would be drafting from all sorts of sets just for fun. It was kind of crazy.
We would do something not quite the same, but like popper packs. So like for like $3, you get like 100 commons with a couple uncommons thrown in. And then you could, some people would draft them sometimes.
Yeah, for sure. Those are always fun. But yeah, the meta issue. I get it. It's frustrating.
Metas are cool. They show the existence of a rich game, but they can also, you know, they provide a barrier to entry.
It can be, that's I think the problem is just big barrier to entry. And also, this is such a weird relationship, but it's also why sometimes I don't like playing older RPGs. Like, for instance, this is embarrassing to admit, I have not played Morrowind all the way through. And part of the reason I have a hard time playing Morrowind, one, it's an older game, and I don't do well with very esoteric directions. That's just life. It's also just a harder system for me to learn, but also because all I hear are just stories of how to get, like, leveled up really fast and just play it, like, you know, and I don't like that. I want to just figure out the game for myself. I want to be like, don't rush me for me to find the cool stuff. I just want to play the game as is. It's weird to say, but I get really annoyed when all I hear when people are like, yeah, you need to play this game because there's so many ways to break it. I'm like, I don't want to know the ways to break it. I just want to play the game. Yeah. Which is a little different from the meta, but, like, it just feels the same.
It's like a different definition of meta, kind of like meta gaming. It's like you're aware it's a game, so you do extra weird things. Like, that's true. Like, as soon as, like in Skyrim, you know, as soon as you can craft a potion that makes you better at making potions, then it's like just snowballs from there, kind of stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I remember when I was first, it's funny you bring up Skyrim, because I remember first playing Skyrim, and I, you know, going through and having tons of fun. I love Skyrim. And I remember my brother was making fun of me because I didn't level up my smithing skill. And I was like, well, I wasn't really interested in smithing. He's like, why not? It's the most broken skill in the game. I hate that. Stop it. Let me play the game. Especially when it's single player, you know?
The only reason I focus on smithing is because I wanted to craft, like, those crazy gauntlets, because I was playing a monk build. So if you get certain skills, it will then apply the gauntlet armor to your attack power. So I was just literally punching dragons to death, and it was so much fun.
That
was the only specific goals.
That's so great, though. But yeah, I meanwhile wanted to do enchantment, which is also really broken in the game, but I wasn't playing it broken. I just liked making enchantments, you know? I wasn't looking for the most broken thing, especially like single player games. I feel like I don't need to know how to meta the game, you know? For those who like to do it, that's perfectly fine. I just don't tell me I need to.
And this is why, like, before I start a giant RPG, I have this nagging feeling like I need to go read a walkthrough or something to beginner tips or something. But I kind of also want to just figure out the game by myself.
Exactly.
So, like, I kind of did that with No Man's Sky a little bit, and then I realized a couple of the mistakes I was doing. But it wasn't like game breaking or anything. I didn't lose like the one item that was only in the game for one time, so it wasn't the worst thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's just this nagging feeling.
I know. Oh, I hate it. Just enjoy the game.
Don't you have to do it for like Monster Hunter though? That game is very meta heavy, right?
It definitely has a strong meta.
I imagine so.
I feel
Plus
like there's
some
less
multiplayer.
I feel like your player skill
Matters more.
like if you're not playing badly, like if you're a good enough player that you're not playing dumbly,
Like just contributing in
there's
some
not
way.
really exactly. There's not really a way for people to know you're not conforming to the meta, because like they can see what weapon you have equipped by name, but they can't see what gear you have equipped. They can look at you, but you could be wearing like cosmetics. So they don't really know if you're flaunting the meta or not. And even then, like even if they could see your full gear, like a big percentage of it is like the different they're called decorations, like the little like gems that you slot into your gear. That's like 50% of your build, if not more. So there's a lot of I mean, the builds are very complex. And I definitely do Google a lot of like the meta just to know like, okay, so like these things are good for what I'm trying to do, and then I'll try and go from there, just so I'm not completely garbage, because I'm not that good a player. But
That's fair.
yeah, I don't know. It's usually the meta's usually like harder monster gives better gear, wear better gear. Like it's not usually something too tricky or sneaky. And oftentimes, if you're trying to optimize, the pieces you need are like RNG rare drops. So it's like I don't even have them anyway. So it's not like I could really optimize my build if I wanted to. Which is bad, I guess, but not too bad.
Like with Pokemon, I don't give a shit. I don't know why. Like I really don't care. I just go and grab the Pokemon that I like, that I think is cool, overlevel them, and it's fine.
I mean, and you'll beat the Elite Four, right? You're not gonna win tournaments, you know.
I think because in general the games are quite easy.
That's fair. Yeah.
And I do play for different reasons because you know it's a Pokemon game. It's cute. It's fun. It's for me to relax.
Yeah, and for some people, they want to get them in and beat them in tournaments, and that's awesome. I mean, it's great. The amount that you can customize and like look to make your best Pokemon, there's a lot of work into that, and I respect it.
I ain't doing no breeding.
Yeah, I mean, I respect it, but it's not for me.
Yeah. So yeah,
I forgot what I was gonna say. Go ahead.
Do you wanna get into some news or not? Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, let's. Coronavirus, let's go.
Oh, right. That's what I was going to say. Sorry. I was going to say, the worst metas, though, I hate
coronavirus
metas.
Meta?
Yeah. Warhammer has a very strong meta like this, where the meta's always just who can come up with the biggest, like, alpha strike. I feel like Pokemon
Alpha strike means like the beginning strike?
Yeah,
who
like just like that
strongest?
first move, and then you just snowball, and it's kind of just over from
So
that.
there's no
and
recovery.
It's not fun to play or watch. These hyper min-maxed builds.
So no recovery at all? Like for the opposing player?
Frequently. Like, Tournament Warhammer is
Was
very...
a StarCraft
like
that
go
in a way?
I haven't followed competitive StarCraft enough, but
well,
it can
last time. I'm not sure what
end
it is
very
now.
quickly. With like basically, yeah. I guess that I don't like two players go home and they make decisions based off of like the meta, whatever. They build their armies, they build their decks, whatever they have. They show up to the tournament and then they set up on the table, and then one person wins because of the decisions, purely because of the decisions they made at home. Definitely, their odds of winning should very strongly be influenced by these things. That's like if you bring a bad army, you're going to do badly. But certain metas are so unbalanced that like you have like a complete rock paper scissors. Like if you went to a rock paper scissors tournament and every person had to had a card that was their rock paper or scissors, then they could just you walk around, you just show it, and you just
wasn't
go
there
you just
like
go through the motions, and it wouldn't be fun to watch or play necessarily.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Wasn't there a Super Smash tournament recently that like some 7-year-old girl using the wrong character won? Or was it Pokemon? No, sorry, Pokemon. I think
it was Pokemon.
Was it Pokemon?
It was Pokemon. Yeah.
And she was using like a different meta or something, like not.
So there were two kind of stories. The most recent story was a youngish girl, pretty young, like less than 14, maybe 7, I don't remember, winning a big Pokemon tournament. A long time ago, there was a different story about some female Smash Bros. Player winning with a not popular character.
Yeah, I think. Okay, right. I think I mishmashed both of them.
Yeah, I knew about the Smash one. I didn't know about the 7-year-old with Pokemon. That's great.
The 7-year-old with Pokemon is quite recent. I think I mixed them up because, female girls or something, like female gamers. Just Smash.
They're both stories about the one female gamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That exists in the world. One female gamer per game.
my god. I'm sorry for the games that I'm the one for. Sorry, Fire Emblem.
What was that game that MMO used to play a lot? Like some really... No, Sarah.
Oh, her.
MMO?
Yeah, it was like really old MMO and like some guy was
Dark
being
Ages?
creepy. All right.
Yeah, Dark Ages.
You were that one female gamer.
I was the one there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, one. Everybody else that played female avatars were just gamer boys.
But I kind of noticed I've played a few games as a female character before. People tend to be a little bit more okay. Like they're a bit more chill. Mm-hmm. A bit more
They're
helpful.
more chill. I guess I've kind of met the helpful a little bit, but I just don't play as much MMOs as I used to at all, so I don't know. But I have heard that before from a lot of men that like, yeah, I play female avatars, and all of a sudden a lot of people just really want to help me.
Yeah. So yeah, play female characters. That's always been my go-to anyways, regardless if it's a single player one or not. So
I've been considering getting back into an MMO during this virus outbreak, just because so many of them are having enticing things. Like I think WoW has a double XP thing going on right now, and Lord of the Rings Online has like all their content's free, all their normal like paid expansion packs are free.
I hear Final Fantasy 14 is like really good, like really really good.
I've been hearing that too.
I've been trying so hard to not get into the Elder Scrolls Online. I really want to, but I'm trying to not because I don't have time for it. But like, I want to so badly, and it's really bad for me.
That'd be one worth visiting.
I just don't know when I would at this point, but I'm trying to avoid it. But yeah, what was news?
Yeah,
we have news.
Yeah, you're gonna do virus news or something.
Yeah,
virus news.
Viral news. Okay. Let's start with GameStop.
Oh my gosh, yes. I was going to bring this up if you weren't.
So, since you know about it, just you can go.
I mean, essentially, you might... Yeah.
They're essential.
Yeah, basically. Essentially, they think they're essential. Reports are saying that they have been telling their employees to resist... if there's police that tell them they need to go home, that they have like letters or something.
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, apparently they're telling like
police
like
company-wide
company-wide memo. Yeah, and basically, I think they even had a letter they said to give to the officers, but they also have made like an official statement.
They basically asked people to print out a letter saying, "I can do whatever the fuck I want."
Pretty much. Nice. Like, we have to be here. And they did give out...
Did you guys watch Parks and Rec? Anybody?
I know bits and pieces of it.
Yeah, so the Hoffman, Nick Offerman?
Offerman.
Yeah.
I'm listening to his book right now with his wife.
He's like a libertarian, hates the government, whatever. Yeah. He has a piece of paper that basically says, I can do whatever I want. I don't need a permit. And he gave it to a cop before at one point. And it's literally that.
Exactly. And the craziest part is, so GameStop did make like a statement, because I think Vice was the ones that first broke the news, and so they made a statement on Vice that basically said, we are an essential company because we are providing technology for people who need to work from home right now.
Are they talking about keyboards?
What are they talking about?
I can't really think of anything else that is not like peripherals.
This sounds like Radio Shack logic. Like, it sounds like they're trying to be Radio Shack, but it's GameStop.
I'm assuming they do sell peripherals, and I'm guessing that's what they mean.
They do sell peripherals, I think, technically, but that's certainly not their main draw. Dude, they've become almost like part Hot Topic in order to be more relevant. By
and
that I mean like they sell
asking
like
Reggie
t-shirts
to stop
and
this.
stuff.
And he's not even on the board yet.
He's not even on the board yet, which, by the way, why is he going and... Does he, want to retire and just sink his money into a dying business? What is he thinking?
They're probably
but anyway,
paying him lots of money to come in.
Yeah, which sucks because they're losing money. Like, we know the reason they're not closing, because they'll probably go under if they close. That's why.
I know it's like GameStop is pretty evil, but might be bad for the consumers if they really do go under.
It could be. I mean, I would certainly be kind of annoyed, actually.
People who shop at GameStop, real gamers. No,
no, but like, that means publishers can then just only sell digital and put up whatever the fuck price they want. Physical tend to be cheaper these days. So
who competes with GameStop? I guess, I mean, I'm sure they know.
Best
like
Buy.
Toys R Us is gone. Best Buy and Target?
That's kind of it. I only say that because of the GameStop that I have locally. There is a Best Buy nearby.
My question is,
that's
how
kind of
much of the sales a company makes from GameStop? Like, how much revenue is from GameStop? Because if it's a really high number, I can see them not providing the same kind of sales on digital that they're providing now, at least on the PlayStation and Steam. Like, why would they? Where else are you gonna fucking buy the games from?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. It is weird.
I'm not saying they're not evil. I'm just saying.
I know, and that's the problem. Is they're so like stupid, dumb,
and also a lot of people lose jobs.
Evil. Yeah, I mean that's not good either.
Yeah.
You know.
But the latest update,
is terrible.
At least per on Ars Technica, is Ars Technica has confirmed that GameStop stores in California, at least, have been told by management to close until further notice. The news comes as Governor Gavin Newsom issued a statewide shelter-in-place order for all California residents to stay home except for essential needs.
Yes.
So it's
like the one step above, like a complete lockdown. It's like you guys shouldn't leave. We're not going to strongly enforce you not leaving, but please don't.
Yeah.
For like basically
we
any
can go
reason
out, but it's for essential needs or for a good reason. We can't just go out and walk around.
Same as us.
Because fuckers are still going to like these religious.
Oh yeah.
And like, what the fuck?
We've had that problem with my hometown church because I'm not really involved with it anymore, but my mother is, and our hometown church's pastor was still going to try to hold services, just told people to
Jesus
it was because the population there is very small, but a lot of elderly and actually sick people. A lot of like elderly sick people are the ones who usually attend, and so they were kind of encouraged, like, if you don't feel comfortable, don't.
Solution.
Well, what's dumb is that they already are streaming the service. It's just that my hometown pastor is just really stubborn and feels like this is the time that you need to get closer to Christ kind of thing. Like, it's times in these.
And by doing this, you probably will get closer.
The express train.
Exactly, right? That's the irony of it. But that was the issue. And so my mother is the deacon of education. So, I mean, she runs the Sunday school, apparently, effectively. And the parents still were hoping she would hold a Sunday school. And so she was like, I don't know about this. My mom's getting up in years. She has really bad asthma. She's at a high risk group. Yeah. And so she finally, with kind of support of my brother and I, she went, no, we're not going to do that. I think they did finally close down the church after Trump said something about no more than 10 people. I think they did finally at least close down. I don't know what they're doing now. But
you gotta
that
listen
was a
to your
thing.
Lord Trump.
But that was a thing, like that. There were churches that were still, or not even just churches. Honestly, lots of religious groups that were still coming together, and we're like, please stop, please just stay home. But yeah, for sure.
Next piece of news. My cat is scratching something. Okay.
It's okay.
You guys know about Horizon Zero Dawn coming to PC, right?
No. Oh, and eventually, but soon. I don't know.
I'm not sure when, at some point. But it's already up on Steam. Like, they have a store page and everything.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
so yeah,
so I thought
full gets to play.
I didn't think it was in 2020. Yeah,
it's actually a really cool game. It's just a nice open world action game. You fight robot dinosaurs. Like, it's really fucking cool.
Yeah.
I need to play that game, and I never remember to play it. I think we have it. It's literally female strong protagonist fighting robo dinosaurs. What's not to love? But
it's another example of a dumb name for a video game. Just 4 words that don't even mean anything together.
That is true. Mm-hmm. That is true.
Or 3 words.
I should have called you out on that one, but I wasn't even thinking.
I appreciate it.
E3 is cancelled because, of course, it is.
Of course it is. Is this the end of E3? Probably.
Oh, and so E3 is not the only gaming conference that's cancelled. GDC as well.
No.
But what they're doing now is they are going to be doing... Oh, I don't know. Suddenly the Discord video just went away.
I know. Okay, you back? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that was fucking weird. What was I saying? GDC. Okay, so they are gonna stream all their GDC talks, and people are asking, so you've always been able to do this, right? So why have you not done this before?
I love it.
Yeah, it sucks because a lot of people can't get refunds for the planes and the hotels that they've booked for GDC and E3 and stuff.
That does suck. Because I think the tickets for, like, those things did go through, but not, the hotels, I bet, don't.
Yeah.
And airline tickets never, like,
and a lot of them
refunds.
who are going to speak at the thing wasn't going to get paid as well, so...
Yeah.
I have plane tickets to Ireland for a thing. The thing got canceled, and I'm pretty sure my country also banned travel to Ireland, or at least from Ireland. So I think because it's coming from such a high level, I will hopefully get a refund. I do have trip insurance, so...
That's good. That's good.
It'd be okay either way, but I haven't mainly gone and canceled them.
Yeah. We, I forgot to even mention, we were supposed to go to the Final Fantasy New Worlds concert. We had gotten tickets like 2 months ago, and it got canceled, of course. The worst, actually, no. It got postponed, but unfortunately, it got postponed to a date we know we can't go to because it's during our honeymoon.
Can you get a refund for that?
We did get a refund. I almost didn't because, there's a whole thing about the arts losing money, but I figured since it wasn't like canceled, just postponed.
Oh, they will be able to sell it. Yeah, don't worry. It's Final Fantasy.
Yeah. So
Final Fantasy
I didn't feel bad. Yeah, I didn't feel bad. So yeah, no, I did get a refund.
I understand if you are talking about like an indie band concert, that one I get, but this is Final Fantasy we're talking about. Nah.
Yeah, I felt kind of sad. We actually, because it's funny. The only reason I even
before.
I'm sorry.
Have you been before?
No, this was going to be my first, so it's kind of sad. Yeah. So I'll see if they'll come around again.
They should.
But yeah, I hope so. But the only reason I even knew is because I was like, oh yeah, that's this Friday. Is that going to be? This was last week, and so I looked on their Facebook group and went, oh nope. So, oh well, another time. But that's really only been my true damage. I'm mostly just like hoping this blows over by the summertime because wedding's in October and honeymoon is after that. So, we'll see.
Yeah. Malaysia has just closed down travel in and out.
Yeah.
I believe Malaysians abroad that needs to come back can, if they are able to get a flight, but they need to like self-quarantine for like 14 days and stuff. So,
there's some Americans who used to be like in Peace Corps or something like that, and they've been like asked to go back basically.
Actually, there's a lot of people who took advantage of the low prices. They went out and they can't come back, so because there's no flights.
That was kind of my fear before they canceled things. It's like, what if we go out and then like the rules get worse and we can't come back somehow?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, don't risk it. It's not worth the cheap holiday.
No, certainly not.
What
else?
There might be a Tales from the Borderlands thing.
Really?
Yeah. So there was a video leak, like somebody literally standing in a room with a phone camera kind of leak.
The best kind of leak.
The best kind of leaks.
To be fair, it might be a company,
Yeah.
That's how you get people talking about your thing. Make it look like a leak.
Just like the Deadpool thing was definitely a Ryan Reynolds orchestrated thing, but it was great. We all fell for it. It was fantastic.
The only thing we're not sure yet is it going to be a remaster with extra content, or is it going to be two? Because from the video, like it's like a 2-minute video, and it looked like it's going to be a remaster with like extra content and a mini like epilogue kind of thing to show what happened after the whole thing. And then at the end, like right at the end, they really focus on the word 2. So I'm not sure is it going to be Tales from the Borderlands 2, a Tales from the Borderlands Redux remake, or both, maybe. I'm not sure.
Weird. A remake? What would a Telltale game remake be like?
Honestly, I think it's just going to be extra content.
Yes,
I believe one of the things...
A remaster for that kind of game doesn't make a ton of sense. It's not that old.
Yeah, so I think it's just going to be extra content with developer commentary, because I think that's what I saw when I was looking.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, hey,
commentary would be cool.
So
hopefully, as long as it's not Randy Pitchford.
Yeah.
Don't want his voice anywhere.
Hopefully the people already own the game will get it for free or something. or just like a cheap upgrade.
Cool.
No need to buy the whole thing again. But it is Randy Pitchford, and he's a little shit.
Yeah, it's true.
So yeah, GeForce Now. Do you guys know what that is?
No.
So is it like a video game streaming thing?
So it is a video game streaming thing, but not what you might think it is. So it's been in beta for a long time, and it's like officially launched now. You get to play for free for like an hour, or like a free trial kind of thing, but you can also pay $5 a month. It's not streaming games. It's not like Stadia, where you have to stream the games that is on the Stadia store. It is streaming games that you already own from a really powerful PC.
I see.
You're literally just renting a PC, is what you're doing. And you're only accessing your library. So you have to buy the game separately on your own from a popular store like Steam, PC, so Steam. And you can only play games that technically you own. And what you're doing is you're renting a really powerful PC, so you get to play 60 FPS, ultra, whatever it is you want to play then. I'm not sure if there are different tiers. I'm not sure if there, you pay $5, you get this kind of PC. If you pay $10, you get this kind of PC. I'm not really sure. The service is not available in this part of the world. But it's a pretty cool service. And a lot of people love it. Apparently it works really well. And some people have gone out to buy games that they usually can't play or won't buy simply because they have access to this more powerful machines now. But a bunch of devs and publishers who either don't understand what it is or want to see if they can make more money out of it is pulling their games from the service. So
Interesting.
what devs are essentially doing is telling the consumers that you can't choose what device you want to play your game on that you bought. Because they literally have to buy and own it on Steam. And I think Epic Games Store also supports this streaming service. So if you buy and own it, if you buy and own The Long Dark, which is an indie survival game, you can't play it on the GeForce Now. Activision, 2K Games, Bethesda, all the assholes. They've basically pulled out their games from Nvidia's GeForce Now, and even though Nvidia has a case because they're not selling the games, they're just renting a PC. They don't want to be stepping on the toes of these giant publishers.
Weird.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's either they don't understand what it is. I'm gonna assume it's the other one where they're just trying to find out if they can make more money out of it because Activision and 2K Games and Bethesda. So yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
The last one is The Last of Us 2 and a lot of crunch. So The Last of Us 2 is supposed to come out on May 29th, and there's a lot of crunching that's going on. One of the Naughty Dog ex-developer even said that the reason why they make amazing games, Naughty Dog, is not because of just the skill, but because they have Sony financial backing. A more senior team would have released The Last of Us 2 a year ago. But because you keep treating your developers like this, they will leave completely, either to another industry straight away. Yeah. And all you can get is wide-eyed new people, fresh, who then will become seniors and then leave. So yeah, it's not.
Lovely.
Yeah, I'm not. I didn't really like the first game. I wasn't really into it, so I don't think this will affect me that much. But I probably won't be getting the second one if it's And apparently the crunch is really bad.
That sucks.
I
never played the first one. I just know it was really good.
I heard that Cyberpunk isn't getting delayed at all, so I assume they're also kind of crunchy.
Oh, it's been delayed once.
They said they got delayed once till I think October,
Right.
but I think that's been it so far.
Yeah.
But they already admitted they
crunchy
were
too.
going to still be crunching. Yeah, they already admitted to crunching, which makes me sad. I still haven't pre-ordered that game. I need to, but yeah.
So yeah, the Kotaku story on the Naughty Dog crunch basically started off by saying on a Friday night, artists at Naughty Dog was working on The Last of Us 2, and they heard a crash. A large metal pipe fallen from above them landed right next to their desk because people were doing maintenance work or like renovations, some kind of work. And yeah, the construction company was fired because of that, and a new one was. But because it was like after 9 o'clock, they thought nobody was going to be in the office anymore, so they were.
Yeah.
People can die, literally.
Yeah, like, oh my gosh. That's terrifying.
That actually kind of reminds me, what was the company?
All of them?
What company makes the Cyberpunk board game? The old like D20 system that the video game is based off of.
I'm not sure what company, but is that the
but I know what you're talking about.
It's one guy.
GURPS or something?
Might be,
anyway, apparently when they were working on Cyberpunk, the company got raided by the FBI because they thought it was like a how-to like hacker manual. Because this is like back in the 80s, right? Back when people like, oh, you can blow a whistle into a phone and launch nukes. That kind of crap.
Yeah.
Like, right. In this book you've taken, there's a chapter talking about how you can take someone's brain out and like put it in the body of like a female body or like a dolphin, you know, like just like, oh, it could be real. Like, no, none of it's real. None of it's.
Also, not to mention,
it almost sunk the company.
Yeah,
Jeez.
almost not to mention the 80s is during a time when tabletop games and like Dungeons and Dragons were being highly demonized. Yeah, highly demonized.
I mean, quite literally called satanic.
Satanic. Oh yeah. When we were at the cusp end of all of that when I started playing. Like it's so funny to see how much traction like D&D has gotten, because when I first played, we were still like hiding it from people because there was still kind of those murmurings of
my parents forbid me for a while.
Yeah, I mean, we just had to actually keep quiet, not tell anybody we were playing. We were told to by your mother, just because we knew of all the stuff, and we knew it wasn't hurting anybody, but no one else knew that. It's kind of cool to see that, but yeah, I remember that time. Oh, it was weird.
Yeah. That's all I had. So this is like Cyberpunk time.
That's funny. That is funny. Oh, crunch.
So hopefully Cyberpunk doesn't get delayed. Last of Us should get delayed, it sounds like.
Right.
It might not be,
but that's the thing. They keep crunching.
The best decision for it.
The delays is not because of is not for. So even with or without delays, there will still be crunch. That's the problem.
That's true. Just less crunch.
Not even.
No, I guess it's the same crunch. It's like we're crunching as hard as we can, and we're not going to make it. I guess that's what that means.
Yeah, exactly. So you gotta.
The delays is to extend the crunch. Is basically delays are crunch extenders. It's not.
There's no 26 hours in a day, so we gotta crunch like there's actually 24 hours in a day.
So yeah, that's how you get quality product.
Yep.
Yeah.
And cyberbullying.
No bugs.
Remember, guys, Twitter is the best thing that's ever been. That's about it on my side.
I didn't play the first one, but I thought it was a very good game. I watched a full Let's Play of it back when it was new. So I'm looking forward to the second one. Yeah, Last of Us.
Yeah, I regret not playing it. Yeah, I regret not playing it. I know it was a really good game. I know about it. I just never... Survival horror games... Not horror games, but those kinds of survival games were always...
I don't know if I would have enjoyed it.
I'm not sure if I would have either. I never really liked survival kind of games. They make me too anxious.
If I played it when it came out, which was what, 2013?
That sounds 13. I
was 7 years younger.
So, yeah.
That would have been a thing 7 year younger me would have loved. But it's not that my taste.
True.
My taste has definitely changed a little bit, but it's also because I'm just so sick of. I don't know. Troy Baker, maybe? I have no idea.
That's fair.
It's like, white guy protagonist in a AAA game. Is it Troy Baker? No, it's Nolan North. It's the other guy. Okay.
I guess,
yeah, I know, right? To be fair...
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, to be fair, when The Last of Us came out, that was when, like, everything zombie came out, too.
That is true.
So that might have also
Troy
been
Baker
why
was not as big as he is now.
Yeah, Walking Dead, the games with Walking Dead.
A few years ago when Uncharted 4 came out and Troy Baker was one of the people that was like, oh my god, it only scored an 85? No, we need to start a petition to make it score 90. No, what?
Yeah.
What? Why?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Fo.
I'm thinking now about why I don't think I'd like playing Last of Us now, and I guess the things that I think of are attributes that BioShock 1 had, where it's just like horror atmosphere and resource scarcity. Like those two things sound like they'd be bad to me, but it's like, no, they're demonstrably, actually they've been good. Like, so maybe I should go back and play it. I don't know. I'm not going to. I'm not in the mood for horror anymore.
I think that's the problem, is I just don't have the patience for, like, source scarcity just isn't something I like to play around with, even though they do make, when done right, for very fascinating games. It's just not, resource scarcity is just not, I'm not good with that.
Is it actually resource scarcity, or is it like,
depends on the difficulty.
Like, if you're low, they spawn in more. Yeah, I actually don't know if it's artificial scarcity or not.
It depends on the difficulty, from what I understand it to be. The easier the difficulty is set at, I think the more resources you can get, the harder is the fewer. That's what I've heard. So take it as you will.
Like even what was that game?
The combat was cool. It's got punch lasers.
Plague Tale's Innocence. It kind of had the feeling that resources are supposed to be scarce, but nah.
Yeah, it does, especially at the beginning.
I can't think of the specific game, but I definitely played games where it's like, oh no, I only have like half a clip of ammo. So I'll empty it into the wall, and I know the game will give me a full clip like in the next corner or something like that, because it's that faux scarcity.
Sounds like a Resident Evil game or something. No idea.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys have anything else?
No, I think you mentioned everything I was thinking of, so yay coronavirus.
There were some interesting things about movies getting like digital releases. Because
That's true.
Going to theaters.
Tons of Disney stuff got digital. Disney Plus.
So new ones?
Only been out 2 weeks.
Oh,
yeah, new
Onward
ones.
Is gonna, and what's the next one? The Soul one. Soul something.
The Soul one. The black guy turning into
about jazz.
Oh yeah, it's a black guy thing, right? I remember reading Twitter.
You can't call it that, man.
Oh no, because Twitter was like, oh, the first black protagonist, and he turns into some non-black person thing in like the first 2 seconds.
Does he?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, I actually don't know the plot.
Yeah, that's the
one.
one.
I don't know the plot at all.
Yeah, it was like
jazz.
it was literally like, oh, for the first fucking time they actually do like a black protagonist, and in 5 seconds he turns into something not black person. And everybody was so pissed off.
Are you sure you're not thinking of Spies in the Skies?
No, I'm thinking about something really new, and the trailer came out. It's one of those big animation studios.
Yeah, it's like Pixar, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no, Onward's on there. I've actually been meaning to watch that.
Gay troll, right?
Chris Pratt.
Yep, Tom Holland and Chris Pratt. Yeah, and there's a gay troll in it.
Who's a cop?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And then Frozen 2 just got put on Disney Plus as well, because
it's really annoying, isn't it? Like they made a point. They made a fucking point to market it as first actual LGBT character who's a fucking troll, who is a cop, who stars Chris Pratt and Tom Holland, 2 white guys. I don't know. It's just it's getting
Disney's
really annoying to me.
I know. I mean, Disney's
it's not just
been
Disney.
doing this all the time.
It's not just Disney. It's just everybody.
No, but the problem is that the most movies I can think of in recent memory have all been owned by Disney.
That's
Marvel's,
true, because
like,
they own everything.
To be fair, it's because
Star Wars.
Yeah, that's the thing.
And
it feels so exploitative, man.
Yeah,
that's our D&D. D&D's in right now.
It's like,
but yeah. So, but yeah, no, Disney Plus is like a whole lineup of stuff that they're adding digitally.
Oh, so
I don't know.
It just goes into Disney Plus straight away.
Yeah.
So it's not even like a buy a copy digitally kind of thing.
It's not just
because there's also like a Victorian period piece. It's called Emma. Emma's also going to be like you can pay like $20 and watch it at home for like 48 hours or something. I'm not sure through what service.
Oh, so it's like a rent.
Yeah, but like the movie is like currently in theaters. I mean, Emma's been out a little while, so it's sort of on the way out of theaters anyway. But it's like an Oscar nominee kind of thing.
Gotcha. I mean, there's also you can watch opera for free right now, apparently.
Really?
Yeah, there's I forget what website.
Wait, hold up, for free?
Doing live. I think it's free. It's that or it's a very cheap subscription, but it's basically watching opera on your TV that's been recorded.
That sounds cool. You need to.
Yeah.
tell me what's the name of this website. I want to check it out.
I'll see if I can find it for you.
If it's US only, I have VPN, so yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Let me see if I can find... I think it's through the Metropolitan Opera. This isn't free, but I thought they were doing it for free. Huh. Yeah, this is a subscription, so that doesn't help you. Let me see.
But yeah, you can let me know after the show is over, unless you guys want to bring up anything else.
I don't have anything else at this time.
So we ended it with Disney being Disney, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, okay.
I did start playing the Gardens Between. I played it for about 10 minutes.
Oh,
so
is that the like
tutorial levels? I need to play more.
2 young kids, and they move, and the world moves, time kind of thing?
Basically, so I've only played it for like literally 10 minutes. So the only controls are the left arrow, the right arrow, and the space bar. I think you'll get up and down eventually, but right arrow and left arrow just move time forwards or backwards, and then space bar lets a character interact with a thing. And so it'll be like walk forward, but then a character can interact with a thing, which makes something appear back in time. So then you rewind time so that the other character can pick it up, and you go forward again so you can use that thing to progress. That kind of puzzle. So it's very simple so far. Again, too early to tell, but it's very pretty, and I like the kind of dialogue-less storytelling, because it's about like 2 kids trying to cope with one of the kids moving away. Yeah, I don't know why.
I'm just gonna keep playing No Man's Sky. Probably some Destiny because the latest season dropped, but this is the first season where I just thought to myself like, whatever. Like I don't know. It's using that like every new season there's like a new activity, there's new weapons and stuff, but it's just so grindy. It's reaching to the point where I stop Warframe, and I don't think I'll be continuing Destiny for much longer, honestly. We'll see. It's just getting a bit grindy.
There's a free demo on Steam right now for a game that looks very interesting to me because it's kind of mysterious. It's called Umurangi Generation. I'll read the description. It's a first-person photography game in the shitty future. Set in Taronga 8 Aura, off the back of an impending crisis, you are a courier for the Taronga Express. Throughout the game, you will unlock a variety of lenses and equipment. The tags are simulation and photo editing.
Simulation?
I
thought it would be like
simulates you being like a photojournalist.
Puzzler. Oh, okay.
I don't know what the gameplay actually is, but the graphics are they're kind of like good PlayStation 1 graphics.
Yeah, I can see.
And they're very like neon saturated.
Like very polygonal kind of.
Yeah, it's a bit like nice. Jet Set Radio if they remastered it.
It looks real nice actually.
Yeah, so I intend to play the free demo. The full game doesn't come out for another 5 weeks, but free demo on Steam is always cool.
Are you gonna record that one?
I should, given how much time I have. I should record things, but I need to like.
You have time. It's not like you can go out or anything.
I know, yeah, but I need to figure out where to put my camera and lights again, and I need to stop playing Monster Hunter.
So yeah.
Once I stop playing Monster Hunter, I for sure will start recording. I just don't know when that'll be, and hopefully I don't pick up WoW instead or something, which I don't intend to, but who knows.
Wrap up.
I think so.
Up. Yo.
Do the thing.
All right. This is Sarahscopic, SARHSCOPIC. I'm on Twitter. Mostly you can catch me at another show that I do called RNG and T. So go to RNG and T, that's TEA.com, and you'll see some stuff that I'm also on there.
And I'm Foehamner. I have old stuff on YouTube. Maybe I'll have new stuff before 2020 is over. We'll see.
I like that.
And I'm Pupunoob, and Ruby. You know where to find me. So yes, this has been episode 170 of the playonultra podcast. Thank you very much for watching and listening. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.